Marooned is going to be a short price favourite in the Chairman's Handicap. And even though I'm standing up there putting a price up, I'm not going to be silly enough to lay Marooned for much. I think he'll win easily. He's the ruling favourite for the Sydney Cup at the moment. All he can do is stay. He's won last start at Rosehill like a very, very good horse. Today he's up to 2,600 metres. That'll suit him down to the ground. And I think Marooned will start giggling when he sees these wide stretches of Randwick. This is the sort of racecourse he's been waiting for. If you want to back Marooned, don't come looking for me, because I'm not going to let you on.
Righto, Ken. Good luck. 2 races to go yet. Anything can happen, Mike, to poor old KC.
Played everything except the carpet this afternoon. Let's hope his luck does change. Stay with us. Coming up in a moment, super boxing action from the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World. The Easter Carnival out there at Royal Randwick. And coming up, our live coverage of the Chairman's Handicap, where New Zealander Jimmy Cassidy, Sydney's leading jock, throws his leg over yet another hot pot, Johnny Tapp.
Yeah, Michael, Cassidy's had an unbelievable trot in major races in the last 4 or 5 weeks. He's won just about everything. The Rawson Stakes, the Mannion Cup, the Orlando Classic, the George Ryder, the Penfolds Classic. You can go on and on and on. He had no luck in the Doncaster today. His mount Heat of the Moment was knocked from pillar to post, and there's no doubt in my mind she should have won. However, on Marooned in the Chairman's Handicap, Ray, I would think he'll have no troubles at all.
Well, John, I know you're not Robinson Crusoe. I think Maroon's virtually got a mortgage on this. Zemazan at 30s, Amlock at 14 to 1, Astralin at 50s, Dwanet's Girl, who won the race last year, 15 to 2, Puckle Harbour at 30, Silver Award 13 to 2, 6 to 4 on the favourite Maroon, Scruples 80s, Great Estate 100, Sprightly Native 25 to 1, Tristram Rose 40s, down to Reckless Tradition 11 to 1, and Orchestration at 100 to 1. Well, Tappy, 32,000 people here on Doncaster Day, and I think there wouldn't be too many of them that would have backed against Marooned in this. It'll certainly justify its favouritism in the Sydney Cup with a slashing win in the Chairman's Handicap.
Marooned is by the former great English racehorse and sire Mill Reef, who died at the stud a few years back. Great winner of the English Derby of 1971, and his progeny in Europe and England have done remarkably well. Now, Bruce Compton has been a busy jockey at Randwick today. He's ridden a double so far, scoring earlier on Farris King and Just Now. And in the race coming up, he's on the good little New Zealand mare Dwanet's Girl. Let's see what he had to say.
Well, Bruce, it wasn't a bad run last week at Weight for Age.
No, she's not a weight for age mare, and it was a very good run to run 6th.
She won this race last year. From memory, she came down the outside. Astralin looked like it'd win it halfway down the straight, but she swept past those, and not much of her, but she certainly got plenty of heart.
Yes, she's certainly got that, and she's a game little filly, and last year's effort was very good, and I didn't know her at the time, but she's apparently she's done very well since she's been here, and I'm looking forward to riding her again.
Bruce Compton has earned the nickname Come From Behind Compton at Randwick today on those 2 winners he rode earlier. Farris King came from 2nd or 3rd last in the middle stages with a wet sail, and then Just Now in the Princess Handicap came from a tailed off last in the middle stages and put in a blinding burst over the last 200 metres to win going away. So Bruce is a jockey with plenty of patience, and no doubt he'll be riding Dwanet's Girl in a similar fashion in the race coming up. The Chairman's Handicap, introduced as recently as 1979. It's run over the unusual distance of 2,600 metres. Not many races are run at Randwick over this trip in the calendar year. One of them is the AJC Metropolitan. Now, the inside stall is occupied by Puckle Harbour, who ran 2nd at Rosehill last week. Now, the line looks better. The stall's open, and they're off, and Marooned is a clear last out of the starting gate. He went straight back towards the tail of the field, and Great Estate bounced out in front of Puckle Harbour, and Orchestration began well, and then Tristram Rose. Marooned improved quickly to be midfield on the outside of the Grey Silver Award, followed by Amlock, and then Scruples. 3 deep, but getting in a bit closer now. Reckless Tradition on the outside of Samasan, followed by Sprightly Native and Dwanet's Girl, and Astralin dropped out to be last as they greet the judge the first time with a lap of the track to go. And Great Estate had booted out to lead by 5 lengths. In 2nd place, going out of the straight, Puckle Harbour. Running 3rd, Tristram Rose on the outside of Orchestration. 2 to Silver Award on the inside of Marooned, who's midfield. At the head of the others, Amlock on the outside of the Tasmanian Scruples, followed by Sprightly Native Samasan, and then Reckless Tradition and Dwanet's Girl, and Astralin as last as they wend their way down past the 1800 mark. And Great Estate is high balling in the lead. Opened up a break of 6 or 7 lengths now on Puckle Harbour. 3 lengths away, Tristram Rose on the outside of Orchestration. 2.5 to the grey Silver Award. A half to Marooned on the outside. He's a hot favourite today and a hot favourite for next Saturday's Sydney Cup. A length and a half further back, Scruples on the inside of Amlock, followed by Samasan and Sprightly Native together, and then Reckless Tradition, and back at the tail, Dwanet's Girl and Astralin, and they're spread out over plenty of territory. In the back stretch past the 1400 mark, and Great Estate by 4 lengths on Puckle Harbour, slowly getting closer. Tristram Rose third on the outside of Orchestration, followed by Marooned, who's travelling comfortably, and then Silver Award on the inside of Maroon, followed by Amlock, Scruples, Samasan going forward, then Reckless Tradition, Sprightly Native, Dwanet's Girl, and still Astralina's last, but the field is starting to bunch up a little as they go to the top turn, 1,000 metres out, and Great Estate has come right back to them, led by a length on Puckle Harbour, a length to Orchestration, a half to Tristram Rose, Silver Award on the inside of Marooned as they go to the crossing at the 800 mark, and moving around the outside of those horses now, Reckless Tradition, followed by Amlock, Samasan, further back Scruples at the head of the others, Dwanet's Girl, followed by Sprightly Native and Astralin, and the Chairman's Handicap field is starting to bunch up tightly as they near the turn. 600 out, and Tristram Rose on the outside has moved up to go to the lead together with Puckle Harbour. Marooned and Orchestration track them into the straight on the fence. Great Estate dropping out of it. Reckless Tradition right off the track, but by G. Cassidy looks confident on the favourite Marooned. Marooned on the outside is about to move into overdrive as they come over the rise, and now he's let him go, and Marooned has raced to the lead. Marooned hit the front on top of the rise. Down the outside, however, Amlock is running on strongly, and Puckle Harbour battling on well. Marooned in front, 100 out. Amlock and Silver Award are coming home well. Marooned is clear. He wants to shift his ground in the last bit, but he's too good, Marooned, and he races away to win easily. Marooned first. Amlock now getting up for second. Astralin. Astralin will get second. Third's close. Amlock or Dwanet's Girl, and then Silver Award, followed by Puckle Harbour, Reckless Tradition. Further back, Sprightly Native, Scruples, Orchestration, Great Estate, and Tristram Rose is last to finish in the Chairman's Handicap. Just for a fleeting second at the 200 mark, I thought they might make a race of it, where Marooned was about a length and a half in front, but he looked to be flat chat, and Amlock put in a big dash for about 20 or 30 metres there before he started to struggle. But in the last bit, it was all Marooned, and he's still green, this horse. He's had only 11 starts and is definitely still learning to race, because he wanted to shift his ground outwards in the last 40 or 50 metres. He seemed to get lost altogether once he got clear of the other horses. Well, he's in the Sydney Cup next Saturday with 49.5 kilos. So how the hell are they going to beat him? He meets most of the horses he met today on better terms as far as the weights are concerned, and he's just coming right at the right time. The imported English galloper, a 5-year-old stallion by Mill Reef out of Short Rations, trained by Brian Mayfield Smith and ridden by